everybody, it's Jed from Glacier Alaskan Pottery. Hey, I got a request from Freddie Moretti. On my last video when I was unloading the kiln, I've been doing a few little experiments with once firing pots, and so Freddie wanted to see my firing schedule, and I have it right here. I actually have some a spreadsheet that I use to do that I wrote up. If anybody'd like a copy of it, just get a hold of me and I'll send it your way. It's compatible with LibreOffice or Excel. It worked just fine. This is the firing schedule right here, and basically it is for once firing. And I basically have, just like you'd see on any kiln controller, ramp rate, target temp, and hold time. And then it kind of adds up the total segment time in minutes, and then does the hours and minutes, and gives you a total amount for the firing as you step through it, accumulated amount. And you can, freeze the video and copy this down if you want. It worked out quite well for me. The only thing I would suggest is on step 5 that you might need to fire higher than 2170. My thermocouple is sensing a little bit hot, so I had to lower the temperature there to 2170. Normally, for cone 6 firing, I go to 2190 and hold for a while. It's real important to put a cone in the kiln as you try these firing schedules out, and then you can adjust that final number on step 5. Then step 6 is firing down to smooth out the glazes, and that has helped immensely on the quality of the glaze in the firing. So you could try that too. But if you don't think you need it, you could just omit that step. And about the only difference between my regular firing and this is step 2 and step 1 and 2. Step 1 I'm holding for 60 minutes to give the pots a chance to dry out a little bit, since they're green going in, the once fire ones. And then from 200 to 900, it's up to 900 degrees, between 180 and 900 degrees on step 2. I'm firing a little slow at 200 degrees just to give it time to acclimate and burn out all the organic material and things like that, and get rid of all the molecularly bound water in the clay. And that's about it for that. Here's the comments down at the bottom, and that'll help you. Schedule is for once fire trial, added 60 minutes at segment 1, added segment 2 to release the chemically bound water, and pushed up ramp rate from 150 to 300 on segment 4 to save time. So I forgot about that. 150 I was firing, or segment 4 I was firing at 150 degrees an hour instead of 300. It seems to work just fine at 300. I may continue to do that in my regular firing schedule. All right, that's that. And again, anytime you do test fire, new schedules or anything, you want to use one of these babies, put a cone in there. This is a cone 6, and these are cone 06 right out of the box. This is how they come in the box, 2 cones fastened together. So all you have to do is kind of put your thumbnail back behind them there in the gap, see, and then snap them, and you get 2 cones. And they're designed, they're oriented so that they will sit in a particular direction. Let me turn this and see if we can get it in the picture here. There we go. See how they're leaning? That's how they should sit in the kiln. You don't want them sitting up like this or straight up and down, anything like that. They need to be leaning back so that the base of the cone is actually parallel to the floor of the kiln shelf. And I brought a little clay in so I can show you how I make a cone pack. Just take a little wad of clay, I don't know, third the size of a golf ball or something, and roll it into a little tube. And then take your cone and put it down in there. And then just Take your cone, put it down in there until you feel it kind of get level with the table. A good way to do it is just take another cone and check and make sure they're the same. Okay, and then you can, if you want, you can do one cone, or you can build a whole pack of them and use successive entries, you know. So if you're going to do that, you have 3 different values of cones. And if you're firing to cone 6, what you usually do is go 4, 5, 6. And that would tell you when it's down. And you always put the lowest number in back because that one's going to melt first. And you always make a little tray, little dimple in the back for your cone to melt into. Otherwise it'll melt onto your shelf. So you have just a little, you unstick that. See there? Just like that. And you can let these dry like that. Or you can actually put them in the kiln wet if you're brave and don't get them too thick. And you just take a sharp object, which I don't really have in here. I didn't bring a pencil. Most people use pencils or cut off a pen tool, something like that, but you can just poke holes in it and, you know, make it porous. So you can let the steam out and, you know, just about like that, and do it all the way around. And they won't blow up, believe it or not. It'll get enough holes in it till it'll be just like poking holes in an egg in the microwave to keep, or a potato in the microwave to keep it from blowing up. Typically when I'm doing a test firing schedule though, I'll just have a single cone. So it'll look more like that. And get the back supported a little bit, get it to right level, there we go. And that'll tell me if I've actually got the final temperature where I need it to be in the kiln. And I tried to do this about once every 5 firings or so after I get things set up the way I want them with the kiln schedule. Because thermocouples age, and you'll find that as time goes on, your firing temperature will vary a little bit. So the other thing is, I wanted to show you a major confusion point for new potters. This cone here, I don't know if you can see it or not. Let's see. If I can get it to focus on it, maybe I can tap the screen. Yeah. And get it brightened up some. There we go. A little bit. Can you see that? Not very well, huh? Well, that says 06 on it. This cone, this pink one, says 6, which you still can't see very well. Sorry about the lighting. So 06 is just like a -6. This is the lowest temperature, 06. 6 is a good amount higher. 06 is around 18, I can't remember the exact number. It's around 1828, right in there. And this is around 22, 28, something like that. These melt. So, and that's just an estimated temperature, because what they're really doing is not measuring temperature, they're measuring how much work the heat has done in the kiln on the wear. These will melt not just with temperature, but with a combined effort of time and temperature. So you could actually fire lower than 2200 degrees and fire longer and get to cone 6 just the same. So that's all about cones. I don't think I have anything else to add. If you like this, give me a thumbs up and I'll keep going. And if you have any comments or suggestions, please let me know. I'll be reading your comments. Thanks. Bye, guys.